filmed for you how to get a coppery, peachy, monochromatic moment going on. And in usual Gia fashion, it's easy, it's simple, and uncomplicated. If you want to see how all this happened, how it got here, keep on watching. Let's get started. First off, I'm going to start with an eyeshadow base and a full coverage touch-up brush from Bobbi Brown to apply it with. The most important part about eyeshadow base is that everything is well blended even before you put on any eyeshadow. I'm also going to bring it out a little bit. And the more even the base looks, the better everything else will look right on top. Shadow base helps keep everything on. It sticks on, stays on, doesn't crease, doesn't fade, and doesn't move. The palette that we're going to be using today is from the NYX Ultimate collection, and it's the Warm Neutrals palette. The brush that I'm going to use is the 224 blending brush from MAC. Any fluffy brush will work. I'm placing this first shade all over the lid and into the crease. So pretty because it's like a coppery metallic color. Next, we're gonna grab this color right here with the same fluffy brush and put it all over the lid. Next, I'm going to grab this shimmery shade, the second one right here, and a small tight brush. This one's the touch-up brush from Bobbi Brown. Highlight the inner corner, as well as under the brow a bit. Next, I'm gonna dip the same touch-up brush into the first coppery shade that we started with, and I'm gonna use it underneath my lower lashes. Next, I'm going to grab a dot of my NARS Custard concealer and my beauty blender just to kind of buff out wherever I have that mess. And that's only working or going to work because it's not a lot of fallout. For this look, I didn't want a super sharp line. If there was a lot of fallout, I would have to remove and then kind of reapply in those areas. Next, we're gonna do some lashes, and these are a Faux Mink style. It's a brand new series from Ardell. Make sure you're gentle when you're taking off the lash and that you're kind of using your entire thumb to remove the band or the adhesive from this little rim here, because if you pull on the lash, yeah, you don't wanna pull on the lash. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and measure. Most lashes are meant to fit even the widest eye, and most times on clients I find myself trimming them or cutting them to be able to make the lash fit the particular eye shape. So to measure, I'm just gonna go right here and place the beginning of the lash where I want it to be, and since it brings a little bit of adhesive, it's gonna kind of allow you to see where that lash would end. Yeah, clearly. Not my size. This is really great for you guys to see because even if it's a little too long, the effect it creates is the opposite of what we want lashes to do. It'll make the eye look drabby or drawn down versus drawing attention up, which is where we always wanna draw it. I'm gonna cut from the outside using a teeny tiny scissor. It's this one. And it's important to kind of see how much you're cutting off so that you can go ahead on the other side and do the same. It's a little piece. I actually like to keep them because as memories, no, I'm just kidding. I like to keep them because I can use them in the future. This is a really great example of what you want to be careful with I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a little itsy bitsy little piece of the band that's just left over there kind of in the front. And if you don't trim that, you don't always see it very easily, but if you don't trim that, it'll poke your eye, it'll bother you or your client if you're a makeup artist and watching this. So I'm gonna measure one more time. And I think that works. So I'm gonna go ahead and even before I start applying that one, so I kind of don't forget how much I cut off, I'm going to do the same and cut off of the other side. Next, I'm going to apply some clear duo glue. One of the most common mistakes is to not put enough glue on, and you want to make sure you go from the very beginning of the strip to the very end of the strip. Tip number 2 is to let the lash glue get sticky before you actually go ahead and apply the lashes over your own. And when you do apply them, you want to make sure that they are as close to your own lashes as possible, almost laying right over them. And apply. After the glue dries, it will turn colors from white to absolutely clear. Next, I'm going to use this palette from Bobbi Brown for blush, bronzer, and highlighter. I'm gonna finish off lashes with a little bit of Intensifying Longwear Mascara from Bobbi Brown. I pick this one because the brush is teeny tiny, so it helps me kind of blend my own lashes with the false ones without making anything clumpy. It's also great for bottom lashes. Last, we're gonna finish off the look with some Tangerine lip liner from Bobbi Brown and some kind of sexy matte lipstick from MAC. Then you let your hair down, you fluff it around, you part your hair in a way that one side is covered so you feel extra cute.